was found dead this morning at an NFTA bus stop in Williamsville. That man is 69-year-old Larry Burrell. Police found his body this morning near Main and Union. He was a homeless man who was well known to the Williamsville community and could often be found at the Tim Hortons on Main Street near the 290.
He would sit there for hours.
Everybody knew him. He was never a problem.
Everybody knew him. Never a problem.
Well, tonight, tributes are pouring in for a man who many say had become more than just a familiar face. He was a neighborhood staple. 7 Eyewitness News reporter Nikki Dementri has more.
Along Main Street in Williamsville and Amherst, many knew this man simply as Larry, a constant in an ever-changing community, often seen drinking his coffee and reading the paper in this Tim Hortons.
Larry was a loyal customer. He got a small cream of sugar with a large ice water every day.
Those familiar with Larry may not have even known his last name or really much about his story, but they saw him as
just a kind, sweet, gentle man.
Steve Shishon met Larry more than 20 years ago.
My friends and I would come here to this brand new fancy Tim Hortons when it was brand new and fancy 25 years ago. And we'd run into Larry and see him there. And, you know, over the last 25 years, he's been a fixture of my life. And I think he's been a fixture in a lot of people's lives.
By all accounts, Larry lived his life on the streets. Every time Shishon saw him, he says he tried to help, and he wasn't alone in doing so.
That last time that I saw him about a year ago, almost a year ago to the day, he said no thanks, or very quietly in his own way said no, that's okay.
Like many, Shishon feared the worst when he heard a man was found dead in the NFTA bus shelter at Main and Union, just steps away from Larry's favorite spot. Those fears realized Thursday afternoon when the community learned Larry's full name, Lawrence Burrell. When Miranda Glavin of West Seneca heard, she made a GoFundMe in the 69-year-old's honor.
I just wanted to make sure, because he was homeless, and I just wanted to make sure that he was going to have a proper burial, memorial, anything to remember him.
At least 2 fundraisers are now circulating in Larry's honor, raising thousands of dollars in a matter of hours. By Thursday night, all that fills that shelter is the sound of passing cars and a small memorial as the community mourns the loss of a dear, dear friend.
He was all of us.
Hundreds of people reached out to us on social media, sharing their encounters with Larry over the years. Now, Jeff and Ashley, it's clear that while this man didn't have much, his community was his home. Fundraisers will be working together tomorrow to make sure the funds raised in his honor get to the right place. Live in the studio tonight, Nikki Dementri, 7 Eyewitness News.
Some great memories there, Nikki. Thank you. It really is remarkable just how many people have been impacted by this.
Yeah, it surely is.
The bottom line here, it is too cold for anyone to be outside for a long time.
That's true, and local homeless advocates rely on people like you and me to keep an eye out for anyone who may be out on the streets and then take action.
If people are refusing, normally we would allow them, to stay outdoors if that's their choice. But in these circumstances, we're actually working with the police department to force individuals off the street for their health and safety.
If you see someone who seems to be living outside in this weather, call 211. The people behind Go Blue Collaborative can actually send a van to go pick up the person and get them into a shelter.